Australia, the place I was living for half my life. Alright, enough of that, but Australia was the place I've been living for quite a few years of my life, and one place in particular I remember is my old primary school, which is Ottawa Public School, as you can see in this picture. But when I was at the school was nowhere near as beautiful as this. Compared to this, you can say it's probably uh, just let's just say it wasn't as good. Okay, let's just say that for now. Yeah, I guess life in a Taiwan public school is pretty standard for what you would expect in kindergarten for the first, let's say, 3 years. Yeah, as you can see on the whiteboard, yeah, pretty standard teaching in our school. But then something more sinister came along. Oh, not you! Go away! You're not ready to ruin my life just yet. And there it rolls. That's better. Opportunity classes, or aka a pathetic excuse to dump a exam onto a primary school student, is what they offered in if I'm not mistaken, is what Australia offered in year 4. They take an entrance test, and if you score high enough, you'll be offered into a nerd class in the next year. Sounds exciting. Well, unfortunately, it's compulsory, and every single student has to take it. So, I guess that sucks, really. It really sucks. It really sucks, I must say. Like, nobody likes you. Just get lost. Nobody likes you. Life was going so well before you came along. Just GTFO, please. Okay, so no one really liked the OC. Everyone went from very happy to very sad and just like a few months, I'd say. And the only winners really was the teachers. And as I always say, it was like a thunder brewing in the distance. Yeah, it wasn't a great time to be alive. Yeah, parents also wanted their children to be the best in the class, so normally the conversation would go a little bit like this. The kid would be like, I don't want to do this test, and the parent would be like, no, you do this test, you get into the smart class, or else I'm gonna do this to you. Yeah. And it was pretty extreme. There's a lot of people going to these tutor classes. A lot of these tutors, they weren't really good, and it would just ended to get a lot of money. These tutors were earning like, I don't know, like 90 bucks for just for an hour of tutoring. And yeah, it was pretty insane. And some of these tutors, like I said, they didn't really even care. They were just all in it for the money. So it was pretty tough times. But you know me, I don't do none of that crap. I am part of the cool kid squad. And you know cool kids, they don't study no nothing. Yeah, that probably cost me my grades in the future. Yeah, it probably really did, probably. So now you're sitting in front of the test. You're shaking or nervous, and the last thing you need is a big document, a big formal document that tells you all the things that you need. All the things you need is quote unquote, because half of the things there are lies, basically. Like, oh, the publication aims to assist, aka stress people out and detriment to students. Yeah, yeah, this is basically the test you've been preparing for the last 6 months. Enjoy. So I'm walking into the exam room, and like me being a little kid and all, it's pretty stressful time for me. Like honestly, my parents wanted me to do well, I wanted myself to do well, and the exam room looks pretty peaceful, but in reality, it really felt like this to me. Yeah, it basically sounded like that to me. It was really scary for me, and and the instructors, quote unquote, said if you had to go to the bathroom, someone had to personally escort you out of the hall and into the bathroom. Talk about embarrassing, right? Jesus Christ. And me being stressed and scared like everything, plus absolutely no tutoring, and plus absolutely no prior knowledge, I was pretty screwed in the exam. I really don't know. I have no idea, Eddie. Just incapable of doing this question at all. Yeah, I actually have no idea. Yeah, I'll lock in B, Eddie. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, as you can see, I wasn't a very bright student back then. So during the exam, like I said, I'm pretty nervous. I wanted to do well. My parents want me to do well. I wanted to get into the smart class. So me being the little kid I was, I wanted to do well and I didn't know the answers. So I went to the one only resort, copying. So back then, I felt like I was total genius. Like, oh my god, Kevin, you're actually a genius. You can actually do this. Just cheat your way to victory. But now that I think back to it, I probably copied all the wrong answers. Like, honestly, I probably copied every single question from that guy just incorrect. Yeah, I probably shot myself with that one. Funny thing is that I actually forgot about this test for about 3 months before I realized one day it just came back to my mind. Oh yeah, by the way, how did I do on that OC test? Yeah, so I go into my parents' room and I bet the conversation went something like this. Me. Oh, by the way, how did I do for that 3 month test? Ago, I think it was called the OC. How did I do? I don't think you. Let's just say you didn't make it. Yeah. I think I'll just leave now. Bye. Yeah, I didn't make it in. I wasn't really even that close. Out of I think it was out of 400 points, I got about 230, and to get into the opportunity classes, you need about 320 something. So I was quite a bit off. So, yeah, a bit disappointing, but like I said, not the end of the world. So by the time I finished the OC test and coming into year 5, I didn't make the OC, but then had this burst where I felt really confident and yeah, I got a bit smarter and then my whole class was just like, how does this guy not make OC? Oh, what is this guy doing? He probably just trolled the test. Bro, how did this guy not make OC? Like, every single person just coming up to me and be like, how'd you not make OC? Why is this guy not making OC? And I know it says dy over dx equals to 2 and y equals to 2x, but that's just an exaggeration. I wasn't that smart, but like, you get what I mean. That's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. However, by the time I finished doing the OC test and going to year 5, I finally learned about this thing called Selective Schools test. And this is basically like a high school entrance test to decide which high school you can go to. And basically, to me, this was like, oh, this is a second chance. This is my chance to redeem myself. And boy, it was a chance wasted, I should just say. In particular, there was this one school I really wanted to get into. So you see, every holiday, me and my dad would walk to his work together. I would spend the day at his workplace, and every single day we would walk past the school. And I wanted nothing more than just to make the entrance test to the school. Like, the scores were really high. The scores required to get into the school were pretty high. So I really wanted to get in. And basically, this school, what it felt to me at the time was like this. Yeah, like, that's more of a rhetorical sense, but like, I felt like I was so close and I was just about to knock on heaven's door and just get in, if you know what I'm talking about. So I really wanted to do really well on the selective schools test. I remember my parents actually sent me to like a tutor, and every Friday I remember just running to the train station to catch the train to the town. Like, it was like such an exciting moment for me. It basically felt like this. Yeah, basically, like every single Friday, like when I'm running to the train station, that theme song just plays in my head every single time, and it was a great like adventure for me. And honestly, like I really wanted, like you wouldn't understand how well I wanted to do on this test. I'm off there working hard for the selected schools, and then one day my parents just decided to be like, oh hey, I didn't tell you this, but like, we're going off to New Zealand before you can take this test, so like, GG. Yeah, and that was a pretty big blow, and this is what it really felt like. So now I'm taking off from the airplane to back to New Zealand, and I'm just thinking, I guess there's good to bad in being back to New Zealand, but at the time I was pretty disappointed I didn't get to do the not the OC, the Selective Schools test. So that was a pretty big bummer. So yeah, that's how I ended up in New Zealand. Just so you guys know. Haha, lol.